In this lesson, we're going to be looking at the point-slope form of a linear equation. Point-slope form, it's useful whenever you're given a point and the slope of the line. If you're given a point and the slope, you're going to plug in the x-coordinate for x1, and you're going to plug in the y-coordinate of the point for y1, and then you simply plug in the slope for m. If you have 2 points, before you follow the steps above, you need to first use the 2 coordinates to find the slope, and then choose either coordinate to plug in for x1 and y1. In this example, we're given the slope and the a point on the line. So this is the point-slope form of a linear equation. So we're going to plug in 5 for y1, and we're going to plug in -2 for x1. We're going to plug in -2 for m. It's going to give us y minus 5 equals -2 times the quantity x minus -2, which we can rewrite as y minus 5 equals -2 times the quantity x plus 2. To graph that, we want to start with the point that was given, which was -2, 5. And then from that point, since the slope is -2, we're going to go down 2 and to the right 1. And draw a line through those 2 points, and we're done. All right, again, for this example, we're given a point and the slope. Horizontal lines have a slope of 0. So all horizontal lines are written as y equals some number. We just want to set y equal to whatever the y coordinate is of the point that's given to us. So y equals 0. And y equals 0, it is a horizontal line that crosses the y-axis at 0, or it's the x-axis. And for this one, we want to plug in. For the y-coordinate, we're going to plug in 1. For the x-coordinate, we're going to plug in -3. And for the slope, we're going to plug in 3/8. So y minus 1 equals the slope, 3/8, times the quantity, x minus -3. And we just want to clean that up. X minus -3 is the same thing as x plus 3. So that is our equation written in point-slope form. To graph that line, we're going to start with the point that they gave us. That coordinate is at -3, 1. So that's our first point. And then from that point, we're going to use the slope to plot another point. So from that point, we're going to go up 3 units and to the right 8 units to get our other point. Draw a line through those 2, and we're done. Now we're given 2 coordinates, so we have a step that we need to follow before we follow the previous steps, and that is to find the slope of the line. Given those 2 coordinates, we're going to do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We get a slope of 1 over -3, or -1/3. So now we're just going to choose either point. If we choose the point on the left, we'll have y minus the y-coordinate of that point, which is 0, equals the slope, -1/3, times the quantity x minus the x-coordinate of that point, which is 3. And we never write y minus 0, so we'll instead just put y equals -1/3 times the quantity x minus 3. To graph this line, all we have to do is plot the 2 points that were given to us, 3, 0, and 0, 1. Draw a line through those 2 points, and we're done. For this example, we're given 2 coordinates. Use the slope formula to find the slope of the line that passes through those 2 points. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We get a slope of -1 over 4. Choose one of the points. So we're going to choose the first coordinate. So y minus the y-coordinate, which is 2, equals the slope, -1/4, times the quantity x minus the x-coordinate, which is -3. Just change the minus -3 to +3. And we have our equation written in point slope form. Again, to graph this equation, we can just use the 2 points that were given to us. Negative 3, 2 is there. 1, 1 is there. Draw a line through those 2 points and we're done. And last example, you should notice that the x coordinates are the same. Since the x coordinates are the same, that lets us know that this is a vertical line. And all vertical lines are x equals whatever the x coordinate is. X equals, and then the x coordinates are both 0, so x equals 0. The graph of x equals 0 is a vertical line that passes the x-axis at 0 or the y-axis.